Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 10th chapter, text 1 onwards. This is the deliverance of Jamalarjuna. So in verse 1 it said that Katyatam Bhagavan etat tayo sapasya karanam jatat vigaritam karma jenava devarse tamaha. So Srila Prabhupada Maharaj in the translation says that King Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, O great and powerful saint, what was the cause of Narakuberas and Manigravas having been caused by Narad Muni? What did they do that was so abominable that even Narada, the great sage, became angry at them? Kindly describe this to me. So in the purport of Prabhupada Maharaj says, the story of the cursing of Narakuber and Manigriva and their deliverance by Krishna under the all blissful desire of the great sage Narada is here described. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Saraswata Sindhika says that this chapter tells the ancient story of Narada cursing the sons of Kubera. Afterwards, the two sons, Narakuber and Manigriva, glorified Krishna for granting them a special liberation, namely Krishna Prema. That is our goal, Krishna Prema. The word tama in this verse means anger. What degraded activity did Narakuber and Manigriva do to incur the wrath of Narada and get cursed? So, Brihad Vaishnava Toswani Shiva Sanatana Goswami says that hearing the most attractive pastime of Damodara with emotional heart, Parikshit remained offering respects for a moment out of his special bhava and asked about another topic. The verb abhut should be supplied with after tama. The verb is missing to preserve the matter, to preserve the meter, and the version is not accepted by all. Another version has Janasid Devarsis Tama, which is easier to understand. You should tell this now. Katyatam etat. So, in the next verse, that is verse 2 and 3, Sukadeva Goswami says, Ruddasyanucharau bhutva sudriptau danadam madau Kailasopavanaremye mandakenya madotkatam Varuni madaram pitva madam gornita lochanau stri jani anugayadvisya cheratu puspite bane. So Sukadeva Goswami said, O King Parikshit, because the two sons of Kubera had been elevated to the association of Lord Shiva, of which they were very much proud, they were allowed to wander in a garden attached to Kailas hill on the bank of the Mandakini river. Taking advantage of this, they used to drink a kind of liquor called Varuni. Accompanied by women singing after them, they would wander in that garden of flowers, their eyes always rolling in intoxication. Prabhupada Maharaj in the purport says, this verse mentions some of the material advantages afforded to persons associated with or devoted to Lord Shiva. Apart from Lord Shiva, if one is a devotee of any other demigod, one receives some material advantages. Foolish people therefore become devotees of demigods. This has been pointed out and criticized by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 7:20. Kameste jnana prapadyantanya devata. Those who are not devotees of Krishna have a taste for women, wine, and so forth, and therefore they have been described as Ruta Jnana, bereft of sense. Krishna consciousness movement can very easily point out such foolish persons, but they have been indicated in Bhagavad Gita 7:15, where Lord Krishna says, Namagdaskritana Modha Prapadyantana Radhama maya bhavata jnanam asram bhavamasida. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Anyone who is not a devotee of Krishna and doesn't surrender to Krishna must be considered Naradhama, the lowest of men, and Duskruti, one who always commits sinful activities. Thus, there is no difficulty in finding out who is a third class or fourth class man, for one's position can be understood simply by these crucial states. Is he or is he not a devotee of Krishna? Why are devotees of demigods greater in number than the Vaishnavas? The answer is given herein. Vaishnavas are not interested in such fourth class pleasures as wine and women, nor does Krishna allow them such facilities. So, Prabhupada Maharaj and purport says, the two great demigods, Nalakubera and Manigriva, were sons of the treasurer of the demigods Kubera, who was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. But by the grace of Lord Shiva, Kubera's material opulences had no limit. As a rich man, it is stated in Bhagavad Gita also, Vitesu Jaktharakyasam. By the grace of Lord Shiva, Kubera's material opulence had no limit. As a rich man's sons often become addicted to wine and women, so these two sons of Kubera were also addicted to wine and sex. Once these two demigods, desiring to enjoy, entered the garden of Lord Shiva in the province of Kailasa on the bank of the Mandakini in Ganges. There they drank much and engaged in hearing the sweet singing of the beautiful women who accompanied them in that garden of fragrant flowers. The women were praising these two persons, Nalakubara and Manigriva, and they were hearing their own glories. Or they may be singing some material songs. In this way, we see Srila Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Dosani says that because they were attendants of Shiva, they became very proud, or they were proud because they were the sons of Kubera. Though they were followers of Shiva, they were faulty because they acted at a holy place on the bank of the Mandakini river and played in the water because they were intoxicated, and though it was forbidden to play in the Ganga. Moreover, they were naked. That was a great offense as well. And they were with the drunken women. The women were also drunken. Yes. So the wine was made by Varuna and was thus most intoxicating. First, the two sang because of intoxication, and the women then sang, or they sang continually. In this way, we see conditions. Yes. Anta pravisya gangayam ambaja vana rajani sorry chikridatu juvati bhi bhajau eva karenu bhi. That means within the waters of the Mandakini Ganges, which were crowded with gardens of lotus flowers, the two sons of Kubera would enjoy young girls just like two male elephants enjoying in the water with female elephants. The purport of Prabhupada Maharaj says that people generally go to the Ganges to be purified of the effects of sinful life, but here is an example of how foolish persons enter the Ganges to become involved in sinful life. It is not that even everyone becomes purified by entering the Ganges. Everything spiritual and material depends on one's mental condition. Srila Vishwanath Thakur in the Saraswata Sintika says, how did the two sons of Kubera enjoy in the Mandakini Ganga? They entered the Ganga, which is adorned with the forms of lotuses, and began to play with young girls, just as intoxicated elephant sports with his sea elephants. So anyway, in this way, we'll see how this Nalakubara and Manigriva were indulging in the wine and women, etc. And Narad Muni will have his mercy on him. We'll see. And it was described in this 10th chapter. Thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel, and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.